Hi there and welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video where I will be doing an unstuffing. I actually decided to combine 2 weeks worth of expenses. I usually do like 1 week at a time, but I really didn't have much expenses during the first week, which is always a good thing. But then came second week where there was a little bit more expenses, so I went ahead and just decided to just do just one video just so that I'm not doing like one 5-minute video and then another one probably would have been around the same. So we just combined it. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that I do like a summary of all my expenses off camera. I did do a video recently showing you my process of how I do this, so if you're interested, definitely check out the channel. It should have like a tutorial, like it should say something like tutorial on it, or I think it literally says like how I unstuff or something like that. So definitely check that out if you're interested in seeing a little bit kind of like my process, how before I do these videos. But yeah, so I tried to make these videos pretty straightforward, just lump summing everything that I spent in each category so that I can kind of move forward, because a lot of the times after I unstuff, I'm usually doing a stuffing right after. So I kind of need that money out of my sinking funds or wallet so that I have an accurate number of how much money I have left. That also helps me to know like what money I still have to spend if I haven't gotten paid just yet. So anyways, so much rambling, but I hope that all kind of makes sense. I like to try to explain why I do certain things just in case anyone has any questions. So we're going to start off with wallet expenses, and I have $20 here in change. I don't think that's going to be enough. So we are just going to kind of go with what we can. Some things I think I'm just going to have to I'm going to be making a lot of notes. And that's a part of the reason why I do a summary page, is so that I can have notes to just have everything all together, so that I know like how much I pulled, how much I didn't have, and all that kind of stuff. So personal, I spent a total of $23, but I do not have any change. So I'm just going to pull $20 and $03 for now. That's, for me personally, that's always kind of a little bit easier. So I'll still have $20 in personal, but I did go over in a certain category, which I will explain when we get there, so I'll probably be pulling this $20 anyways. Eating out, we spent $29, so I'm just going to round that to $30 because I don't have any ones. So, and I'm putting this money aside just so that I can count this and not get this confused. So we're putting the $30, and then we will have $10 left over. So technically, if I wanted to be like very specific, since I put $30 and I only owed $29, this can go down to only $2. So I'll just do that. That's an example. Let's see here. I'm going to pull these 5s into here and then put this 5 or these 10s there. I owe, or actually, let's do this instead. This is an envelope that technically should always have change, and it most of the time does not. Gas, we spent $56, so 20, 40, 50, and we're gonna do 55. So I'm just gonna put that I owe one. Like I said, that usually isn't always like a big deal to me to owe like a few dollars, because that's why I have a buffer. But like, again, I'm just explaining like my process. So we will have $15 left in gas. And look at this. I don't know if this was on purpose, but if you guys can see that it's written on. It says never give up. I thought that was cute. So $15 still in gas. And I'll probably pull this $15 to go into my 1 month ahead binder for my next video. Groceries, we spent $55, so 20, 40, 55, so good, we have some 5s. So we'll have $60 left in groceries, which is a good amount. I was really wanting to film this video for a bit because I need to do grocery shopping today, the day that I'm filming this video, and I wasn't sure how much I had left in my grocery fund. So let me check these off. Toiletries, we spent 12, and I completely spelled that wrong when I was writing my summary. This is gonna be where I owe $2 because I don't have change, so we're just gonna put 10. So in total, I owe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in wallet expenses, I owe $5. And I don't have change for miscellaneous either. So, alright, so that's gonna be my wallet expenses. Usually whenever I owe like that amount, I'll just like take it from buffer or try to make change somewhere else to get that amount. So we will be like $5 short when we do our count. So next is our sinking funds. And let's see here. In clothing, we spent a total of $39. So 20, 30, 40. So this is where I'm just gonna pull all of the 40, or just the full amount. Like, I'm not necessarily that nitpicky with the dollars amount. So yeah, so that's everything, which I always find that funny when it happens like that, because sometimes I'll spend money and then it's not until I do my unstuffing that I realize like I actually spent everything that was in there, which to be fair, that's what that's for. And then home, we spent $10, so we are pulling that. Next is nails. So I got my nails done, and I'm realizing that I have to do a better job at, and this is where I spent over. I have to do a better job at stuffing this, because my problem is that I'm stuffing a certain amount thinking like that's gonna be enough, but I had like a whole thing with trying to figure out, I'm trying to get a new nail tech, and I ended up finding someone that did these nails and she did amazing. But there was an issue where she had to remove what was already done. So that made the cost of the nails more than like a regular fill, if that would make sense. So when I get my nails done again with how they did it this time around, I wouldn't be spending the amount that I spent, if that makes sense. So I spent $70, but that did include like a removal of like dip. That, like, if you were familiar with getting your nails done, then you know, like, that's not, I mean, I guess some people were saying that I could technically spend $70 on just what I got. But from where I went, like, that's not how much it was. Or that's not how much it normally would be. So I feel like I only have $30 in here. I spent $70, so obviously I owe $40. But I technically would have probably just stuffed a little bit more, and I would have been fine to get a fill. But since I had to kind of pay for the removal and getting like soak off. So anyways, and then also this includes tip as well, if that makes sense. So that's why I was like, okay, clearly I have to stuff way more than I think I needed. The hope is that when I get a fill with these nails, I'm not needing to obviously pay for like a soak off because it's a fill. So if you get your nails done, then you know what I'm talking about. So for now, we're just gonna pull from other categories to cover the expenses. So we have 20, 30, 40, and I also been kind of pausing on getting my hair done because I feel like my hair is in a good place. Like I like how it looks. It has a few, you know, grays, because, you know, that's what it is what it is. But it wasn't something so significant where I felt like, oh my goodness, I really need to get my hair done. So I'm taking the $20 from personal. So let me just count this again. 20, 40, 50, 60. And let's just take from unexpected to cover that. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. So, and I've mentioned this before, I don't like to pull from other categories, especially for something that isn't a need. But it just happened to be that way. And that's why I have the category to, you know, that's why I have a sinking fund for nails, because this is something that I do enjoy to do and I try to save up for it. It's just, yeah. Anyways, I already explained it. But anyways, let's move on. So we have that covered. we have to go to gifts. I spent money on my nephew's first birthday gift, and I was almost crying in the middle of a Target because I'm like, how is he already one? So that was $30. And then, okay, where I'm actually so sad is medical. So I did not put the right amount there, so I'm gonna actually check my binder here because that is not correct. I wish it was $4. The amount that it's gonna be, you guys would also want it to be also $4 for me. I had to go to the eye doctor, got new contacts, all the things, and you know, insurance pays so much, and then if you have astigmatism like I do, for some reason that costs more. And yeah, so in all that, and then also I did spend on like a medicine not related to eyes, but just to say my total was $278, which when I was combining this, I felt so sad because I think that's pretty much all that I have in here. So this is one of those moments where I'm super grateful that I even have a sinking fund for stuff like this, but it is extremely sad to pull all this and have to spend it, like, you know. So I'm gonna give this a count and see how much I have. But yeah, this makes me really sad. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 10, 20, and 30. So I only have 230. So 278 and 230. So I owe $48, which that also pains me that I'm pulling all this, and on top of that, I don't have enough. So unexpected, I can at least pull the $10 from, so minus 10. And let's see. Part of me, I get paid, I already got paid by the time this video goes up, so part of me is thinking that I'm just gonna have to take money from my paycheck instead of stuffing medical, just like take just the $38. Yeah, because these other, I really don't want to be pulling from other, yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So this money, I'm gonna count it, but it's not gonna be like accurate as to how much I'm actually supposed to have. And yeah, if you're not new to my channel, then you know that I'm not worried about that. So I owe, so it's 38 plus the 5 from here. So I owe $43. So we are just going to count this, and I'll make a note. Obviously I already made a note, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, that pained me when I added everything up medically, but I mean, it could be more. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. So 560 in cash is how much I have, and then I owe, so 560 plus 43, so total is 603, which that is correct from my other expense tracker. So at least there's that. But yeah, that is just how it is. That's why, like I said, I'm grateful that I even have a sinking fund, because pulling almost $300 from your paycheck, like, without having any type of savings would have been very hard as well. So that to me is just, you know, that's why we're grateful that we have a sinking fund, and that's why I really enjoy cash stuffing, because those are the moments where, like, yes, it's a little bit stressful to obviously spend all that money from the envelope, but at least I had it there already. So anyways, that's gonna go ahead and complete today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure that you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.